I wanted to apologize to you about the pathetic fallacy and how unfortunate it is that it's
Hmm.
just so there's just nothing to it. It was a phrase that was coined by Ruskin because
Mm.
he hated the Romantic poet movement. That's it. And
Right.
that's why he
Oh,
called it
okay.
pathetic. That's it. But
So,
I was extremely surprised, by the way,
mm,
that when I didn't say anything about it, that you didn't make a joke about it being a pathetic fallacy.
oh, pH. Yeah. Well, actually, something.
I even put that in your lap, Mark. And
Yeah.
you were like, nah,
Yeah. Yeah. You put what in my lap? Sorry. No.
exactly.
No. 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 But it's the other one that I've heard since we were talking about that was that the pathetic aspect is pathos. The idea of it being like a fallacy that the weather is intentionally providing a pathos to the events of human characters, and in many respects, some of these other explanations make far more sense than just it's just you know. Yeah,
Ruskin's original meaning
yeah,
was just emotional falseness. That's it. And it's really just because he hated the Romantic movement.
yeah.
There's nothing else behind it. I'm sorry.
Victorians, man, Victorians.
Yeah.
Anyway, happy St. Patrick's Day. And today we're going to be kicking off our news stories with my first story is, oh, actually, I haven't said.
Nope. You haven't
Welcome
said.
back to Archaeoscoop, the show.
Where we talk about things that St. Patrick's never said and never did.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh, yes, anyway, so my first news story of the day is ancient oak trees reveal why Roman Britain really collapsed.
Is it the Druids, Mark?
It's the
The
Druids.
Druids.
It's not really the Druids, no.
Is
Yeah,
it the
the oak
Druids gonna
trees
come in
just
here?
yeah yeah. The oak tree's like yeah. Thing is, right, we're going to know
It
about the
was really the
Druids.
Druids. They
Yeah,
made up St. Patrick's
yeah.
Day.
No, no, no. So the three scorching summers in antiquity triggered revolt, invasion, and the turning point in British history. Supposedly, this is the story of spring uh, 367 CE. Roman Britain was besieged from all sides and by all kinds of forces. Harvests shriveled, soldiers and the security that they provided vanished, communities were starving, and when the Picts stormed Hadrian's wall from the north,
Oh
the
God, oh
Scoti
God,
landed in
oh
the
God,
west, and
oh
the
God.
Saxons arrived from across the sea, they didn't encounter robust imperial bulwark. They found an empire on its knees. Now that sounds like full on. That's full tweed, isn't it? That's full tweed and leather
I can
elbow
smell the
patches.
Sir David on you.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. But no, no. This is the use of tree ring data. Interestingly, this so-called barbarian conspiracy has never been truly fully explained, and one of the reasons for this, especially in the context of, and again, some of this language I don't like. It's coming out of the journal Climate Change.
Sorry, when you say the barbarian conspiracy, I just think of Arnie doing Arnie noises.
Yeah. On Mars, yeah, having his eyeballs sucked out, yeah. No, no. So this is the so-called barbarian conspiracy coming at Britain from all sides. The Roman province, Britannia. Um, this is from the journal Climate Change. Researchers at University of Cambridge pointing the finger at climate as a factor for this. But this idea, I had never really heard about this barbarian conspiracy, to be honest. But they, particularly here in this article in ZME Science, Zimi Science, they say here, how did such a well fortified province fall into anarchy? And that's not far from, like, Dark Ages and all that sort of crap, isn't it? So it's dramatic. It's making a point, but nonetheless, things happened. Stuff went down, and they're suggesting that this was partly to do with 3 years of horrible drought, as evidenced in tree ring data from ancient oak trees. The team reconstructed rainfall levels in southern Britain. London, man,
London gets
they
it.
always
It's
get
like
it.
that. Wait, when you said that before, it reminded me of the history of the Franks. A great many things happened. Some of
Hmm.
them good,
Hmm.
some of them bad.
Hmm. Which I note you quote in your upcoming holiday book. Yes, yeah.
Just love that quote so much.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
like so random.
Yeah.
It's like, why would you start the history of the Franks that way? So great many
It's
things happened. Some good, some
yeah.
bad. Okay.
It's the literary equivalent of a bumper sticker that just says shit happens, isn't it? You know, it's
Yes,
fantastic.
exactly.
But what these researchers found was a trio of consecutive droughts from 364 to 366 CE, each more ruinous than the last. The timing was a biological perfect storm, in quotes, because oaks and cereal crops like spelt wheat, sorry, share the same critical growing window, that is April to July, and the narrow, stunted rings in the wood serve as a direct proxy for the failing harvest in the fields. Three consecutive droughts would have had a devastating impact on the productivity of Rome and Britain's most important agricultural region, said Professor Ulf Buntgen of Cambridge's Department of Geography. As Roman writers tell us, this resulted in food shortages with all of the destabilizing social effects that this brings. In a world without modern refrigeration, or global trade, a single. This was written by a geography teacher, wasn't it? A single failed harvest was a crisis. Three in a row was a death
Well, that
sentence
is true.
for
That is
social
true.
order.
A failed harvest and a failed and or a drought or something like that, even just one year can absolutely wipe out
Yeah,
populations.
yeah, yeah,
It was
yeah.
something that was very difficult to navigate for
Yeah, and
sure.
I mean, people sometimes talk about how anyone is, you know, 3 meals away from drinking Huel, really, aren't they? And so three missing
Uh,
meals, and you'll go, fine, give me the protein shake. My life isn't worth living. Yeah, but no, you know, no. People talk about how actually, if society goes for three consecutive meal times, or is it 3 days possibly without meals, then things will start to break down. And yeah, it's true. It's true. And also, this is something that we know happened in Rome. We know that whenever there were years of drought and famine in Egypt, in particular, the grain coming to Rome would be less predictable, and therefore, again, stuff would happen. So I would say contributing factor. Contributing
yeah, I think
factor.
that's a little bit more realistic, to be
Yeah,
honest with you.
yeah. The prolonged and extreme drought seems to the prolonged extreme doubt seems to have occurred during a particularly poor
Press
period
egg for
for
dough.
Roman. Yeah, these factors limited resilience and meant a drought-induced partial military rebellion and subsequent external invasions were able to overwhelm the weakened defenses of Britannia. So, so there you go. That's my understanding is how you have to say Britannia. Um,
Britannia.
Britannia. So, yeah,
It's like that and you're the world of men.
men. Yeah, men. I shouldn't push that today, or I'll just cough up a lung. But yeah, Britannia. Um, so what's your first news story?
So this is a story that I found because the original title was so bad, and
So
picture that
bad.
went to it was so. The original title was something like archaeologists find game that could be a precursor to chess. And what picture did they show? The Royal Game of Ur. And
Yeah.
immediately I had Irving Finkel noises coming in, going Irving Finkel with the chair, smashing people. And so I even wrote on that page, this is the Royal Game of Ur. I
Mm,
don't think this is what you're talking about. And so then I went and looked up the study that they were actually talking about had
mm,
nothing to do with the Royal Game of Ur. They just used this picture. And so I went to find the actual study. And so the only thing I could find, it says archaeologists unearth ancient board game that predates chess
yeah.
in Russian too. And the
Okay.
thing is that chess originally came from the Indian game of Chaturanga and then crossed various places and got to Europe by via a very long route. So is this older than Chaturanga? We'll find out. So it says in southern Russia, and then it does have the actual picture. It doesn't look like much. It's a board and like little stones playing things, so it just looks like a bunch of pebbles. I'm sorry. But
That's
southern
what
Ru-
any board game is. You know, it's fine. It's
I
fine.
mean, yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think that's why they chose the Royal Game Over, even though they picked the wrong region, the wrong game, just because the picture of the archaeological find is not super great.
No.
But in southern Russia, archaeologists have uncovered an ancient board game that may hold the key to the origins of chess. That is, I don't think is true.
No.
But I think the original title is pretty decent. Archaeologists working in southern Russia have uncovered an ancient board game that may be a precursor to modern chess. This groundbreaking discovery, published in IIKSC, provides vital insights into the cultural connections between Mesopotamia and the Eurasian steppe. The game found at a burial mound in the as I apologize to everybody in Russia because they did not transliterate this, but it's Aksakskaya. I think that's how it's written. I apologize that that's probably not it. District challenges our understanding of.
Do you want me to tell you how it's actually pronounced?
Go for it, Mike.
No, I won't. Actually, I won't. Do you know what? I do it. Is it something like there you go. I've taken all the heat off you now.
I love Mark is a teachable moment
Yes.
every time. Challenges our understanding of
I
early
love and
human
respect other languages, by the way. I really do.
You're British. No, you don't. No, I know you speak Welsh. I know. The early human rituals, migration, and the development of strategic games. The remains of the game are offering new perspectives on how ancient civilizations changed cultural ideas through migration and trade. The discovery of this ancient board game, found in Burial Mound in southern Russia, sheds light on early human play and strategy. The game features a divided board with a crossbar and a central anthropomorphic figure. We don't know what that is. Likely symbolizing, oh, it's ritual. Oh, symbolizing a ritual or symbolic role within the game.
Okay.
Archaeologists believe that these early board games, appearing around the 4th millennium BC, are distant ancestors of modern strategic games. Debatable.
Well,
This
yeah,
fascinating find challenges the belief that the origins of chess lie solely in India. And so the experts suggest that this game is not a recreational activity, but may have played a significant role in ancient cultural ritualistic practices. The game pieces were made from animal bones, specifically sheep and ram femurs, indicating a thoughtful approach to their design. With over 50 game pieces found near the board, this discovery offers an unparalleled glimpse into how games were integrated into daily life and possibly even used in funerary rituals.
Do you know, I just want, when you say ritualistic purposes like that, I just want to see you, like in Temple of Doom, pull someone's heart out and have it be Fuji-san.
Kalima!
Yeah, exactly.
Kalima!
Yeah, it'd be fantastic. Yeah. Okay. But although that's 2 board games in 2 episodes, not too bad actually. But it's
No, the
another.
Roman one was not a real board game because Nightmare Morris is shit.
Yeah. No, they are. They're not good. And the thing about it's interesting because I'm sure they don't mean this when they say it. When they say an early board game, I suppose what they're saying is early in the timeline of board games that we have observed is really what they're saying. They're not saying it's the one of the first times that people thought to make a game, as it were. Because I just can't believe that the board games essentially moving little bits of stuff around on the ground and saying, this is my guy, that's your guy, and playing with them hasn't been universal for probably millions of years, actually, probably pre-Homo sapiens in that sense. But maybe it's one of those things a little bit like tool usage, where bit by bit we'll be able to sort of expand this idea of formalized board games to other animals. Now imagining a dolphin playing Monopoly. Which,
don't be racist. They can play if they want to.
Yeah, exactly. They can, absolutely.
You saying they can't run the bank?
Oh, they could run the bank, definitely. They'd get loans just for existing. Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear Douglas Adams from his grave going, they can play if they want to.
Yeah, exactly. Well, my second story of this episode is from Mexico City. and it's in the Art newspaper website. I was going to go with another Popular Mechanics story because I do love me Popular Mechanics, but that was going to be set in another one set in China, which I know you would jump on me with the nasals. So instead, I chose.
Well, my ability at tonal languages is terrible. I can't really do much about that.
No, well, yeah, but it's certainly better than mine, apparently. But no, in this instance, it's Mexico City, and it's the story of 6 volcanic stone boxes found at Templo Mayor have revealed ceremony linked to Moctezuma I's imperial expansion.
I can hear
Greenstone,
Fujisan already asking if his wife is in there.
yeah, exactly, yeah, yeah. Greenstone sculptures from Guerrero, thousands of marine shells, copal spheres, and snake-shaped pendants were part of a 500-year-old Aztec ritual offering uncovered at Templo Mayor in Mexico City. Experts from the National Institute of Anthropology and History, Templo Mayor's project, has recently revealed that 6 volcanic stone boxes containing the offering, 3 of them discovered in 2023, formed part of a grand ceremony during the reign of Moctezuma I, reigning from 1440 by European reckoning to 1469. The Aztec ruler expanded his empire to span from the Gulf of Mexico to the Pacific Ocean. The discovery marks the first time that a complete offering assemblage associated with a specific ruler has been identified at the site. Templo Mayor is adjacent to the Metropolitan Cathedral. It's one of Mexico's most complex and long-standing archaeological projects. Started in 1978, and it continues to quote-unquote yield discoveries. Shifting lacustrine terrain, destruction and earthquakes are among the challenges, Adriana San Roman Peyron, PTM's conservator, tells the Art newspaper. The recent find was made beneath the once magnificent temple, though others have been uncovered beneath colonial and modern structures nearby. This is urban archaeology, she adds. I like that. That should be on a T-shirt. That should be on one of their project T-shirts. This is urban archaeology.
She's just pointing to a brick.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've got a collection of bricks out back. I should bring one in sometime. I should show you my bricks, Michelle. You'd love it. Offerings.
That's the sexiest thing you could say to somebody on a first date. Would you like to see my bricks?
You'd like to see my bricks? Yeah. The offerings were key to Aztec cosmogony, forming part of the ritual calendar or marking the rise of a ruler, a conquest, or a disaster. More than 200 offerings have been discovered at the site, yet this latest find provides new clues about the Aztecs. So it's the use of materials, it's the vastness of this particular deposit, and it's the fact that it's actually tied to an individual and their political and imperial ambitions that makes this particularly interesting. Interestingly, though, also, what do you think marine shells and mollusks symbolize?
Ritualistically, in this context, I can't answer that question.
Well, apparently, water and fertility. Many of them from the Atlantic.
Is that your professional opinion, Mark?
Shush. Now, we know what a lot of the religious practices of the Aztecs were. But interestingly, this bulk of shells coming from some so far away from the coast and being brought inland, it's always significant. It's always something that archaeologists get very excited about. And I figured I would share it.
Because it's ritual.
Because ritual. And also, I love the idea of the green stone boxes. Actually, really quite nice. Sort of what do you call it? Sort of tablets, sheets of my head. My head is about to explode. What's your second news story?
Slates. Something that we can all rejoice about because Mark, we always bang on about how digital things are being lost. Digital archaeology is a thing, and tangible evidence of things is really important in archaeology and cultural and history. We need to have tangible things to prove that things existed, and so I'm very happy to announce that according to the BBC, the lost Doctor Who episodes were
Mm.
found in an eclectic collection.
Yeah,
So
I've
for those
heard
who don't
about
know
this.
anything about this, they claim that there was a whole swath of Doctor Who episodes that were just gone. They couldn't find them.
Hmm. Hmm.
And people have been scrambling to look for them, and they just don't exist. Digitally, they don't exist. Nobody knows where they were. But remember, kids, nerds will save the day. And this time, a big nerd did us a big solid.
Yeah.
And it says the cardboard box found at a collector's ramshackle collection. I think they mean a hoarder.
Yeah.
Ramshackle collection of vintage films contained two episodes of Doctor Who that have not been viewed since airing since the 1960s.
Mm.
The episodes feature the first incarnation of the Doctor, played by William Hartnell, tackling a Dalek plan to take over Earth, the solar system, and the galaxy. So that's a big britches to fill. In a
Mm.
storyline only ever shown in the UK. Peter Purves, who played the Doctor's assistant, Stephen Taylor, was invited to the Phoenix Cinema in Leicester on Wednesday under false pretenses to view the two episodes. He said, "My flabber has never been so ghasted."
Gasted. Yeah.
Restored versions of the episodes will be released on the BBC iPlayer this Easter for everybody to see for free. The first episode, titled The Nightmare Begins, was part of the third season of Doctor Who and was aired in November 1965. The second recovered episode, Devil's Planet, was broadcast 2 weeks later. The intervening episode, Day of Armageddon, was found in 2004 by a former BBC engineer, meaning fans now have the first three installments of the Daleks' master plan arc. So not everything has been recovered, but at
Mm.
least we have this. And so I highly recommend everybody to tune in this Easter for a Doctor Who special, unlike any other. Really
Mm.
recovering. This is an archaeological gem from somebody's hoarder collection. And when you actually see the reels, they're the actual reels. It's
Yeah.
not like a tape. It's the reels that with the tin. And
Oh,
they were
okay.
found. Yes,
Interesting. So
yeah.
that
If you see the
so they were
pictures.
from the broadcast then.
Yes, so
They weren't just
if you so
okay. Interesting.
somebody stole them from the broadcasting
Yeah.
room.
Yeah.
But if you see them, they're actually the tins,
Yeah.
and you peel them open, and then the reel is inside like that. And
Interesting.
it's written on it, and it has the card written on it. It says the title, the episode, the date that it aired,
Mm.
etc. And so somebody actually salvaged the actual
The actual
cinema tins.
originals. Yeah. Yeah. The
Yeah,
actual. Yeah.
amazing.
That's really interesting. Like I've heard about this in the ether. Obviously, I am aware of Doctor Who, and I have lots of friends who are even more aware of Doctor Who. But in this instance, they were getting so excited, and I had such a annoying headache. I was just like, "That's great. I don't need to hear anything else." So basically, it's been good to hear more about
This
it.
is an archaeological discovery,
Yeah,
Mark.
yeah, there it is. But also, actually, it reminds me of. Did you have? I don't know if you ever would have seen this guy. He was famous
I see Mr. Blobby in my dreams, Mark.
no, not Mr. Blobby. No, he was a famous UK entertainer and variety show, and later in his life, he was known for presenting game shows. A guy called Bob Monkhouse. Don't know if
Oh,
you.
yes, I know who that is.
Oh,
Yes,
okay,
yes.
okay, okay. So Bob Monkhouse, after he died, it turns out that he was essentially a digital, well, no, an analog hoarder. And what he would do is he would go through TV listings, and he would have various TVs set to different channels, and would just
Hmm.
record shows. And some of them he would record because he thought that they might be significant. Others they would record just because he was interested. He didn't seem to just, as some people I've heard about, some people like wasn't there an old lady in New
Who
York, I
lived in a
think.
shoe.
He lived in a no, he lived somewhere in New York, who had a warehouse, more or less. She was very wealthy, and she lived in a flat, and she just recorded all TV channels non-stop, and almost as though she thought she was providing a service, like an archival service, and it all went into self-storage. Box after box after box of this. So some people really, some people hoard various things and newspapers and stuff, and other people they record stuff
There are
off the
people
TV.
who have, again, it's sort of like an archive. There are
Mm,
people who have recorded commercials from the 80s
Yeah.
and they put them up on YouTube just to show
Yes.
people what commercials used to look like and
Mm,
how we used to have jingles and all that kind of. And it is an archive of
mm,
sorts, and it is cultural archaeology. That is what
mm,
it is.
mm,
And especially when these things don't exist anymore, people have saved them and they put them up for people to enjoy, and people do watch them.
mm,
They do watch them just to
mm.
see how different things were, and even for the nostalgia factor, people watch them too.
Yeah, absolutely. That said, though, I get the impression that with Bob's collection, it was bordering on
He was
problematic.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah, he. So
Yeah.
and so much as because I can't remember what context. Like, 'cause I never used to really actually overly like him. He always struck me as a bit oily. Frankly, though, he was just of his time and just an entertainer compared to some other people of his time. They turned out to be truly horrific people. Whereas he clearly he just had a maybe he just had a special interest and just followed that star.
Special interest, Reed. TV autism.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, yeah, a touch of the tism, my lord. Yes, exactly. But in this instance, it sounds like you say, like the canisters where someone nicked it from the
Yeah.
BBC. Yeah.
Yeah, when you see
Um,
the picture, you realize you look at this and you go, "This is
yeah.
this is from the real room,
Maybe even the archive. Yeah, yeah.
100%."
Well, I
Yeah.
wonder if the written label was it on BBC cardstock or was it just a handwritten
It
label?
it looks it really looks like somebody took the back. I mean, I'm sure it is, but it looks like somebody took the back of an envelope, cut it out, and then put tape all around it, and then wrote on it like that.
Right. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Do you have a bonus for us?
I since it is St. Patrick's Day, I
Uh-huh.
was waiting for you to ask me questions about St. Patrick's Day.
A crucial question is, did Patrick actually drive the snakes out of Ireland?
No, no, that was all
Okay.
invented. Well, all invented by a 12th century text. He never did any of that.
Ah, get it. Patrick's Day.
Fuji-san put on his beer goggles for you.
Very good. Very good.
Me ready to get fucked up and mildly racist.
Mildly racist. Okay, fair enough. Um,
Well, I mean, but why are you wearing the racist hats, man?
oh, that's a good point. Yeah, the sort of the uh, Lucky Charms. Yeah,
Yeah,
hat. Yeah,
that's what we mean. You're
yeah,
wearing shamrock goggles. You
yeah.
think they have these in Ireland? No.
I got this from
But you're a real racist because you're a traitor. You
I got
married to the enemy. Why are you celebrating St. Patrick's Day?
I got this from Belfast Airport. Yeah,
That's surprising.
yeah, yeah. So there, and actually
Yeah,
in
so I mean, technically, I shouldn't be wishing you a happy St. Patrick's Day because the lovely Mrs. Soup is not from the place. So
well, as you well know, it's a complicated thing. It's a very complicated thing. Um, but broadly speaking, I think celebrating St. Patrick's Day is okay in Northern Ireland as well. Broadly speaking,
oh, I'm sure
um,
they do. The thing
yeah,
is that most of our traditions all come from the States.
yeah.
That's why, Mark, as you can see, I'm wearing St. Patrick's Day blue and
Hmm.
not green
Hmm.
because that is his original color is St. Patrick's Day blue or St. Patrick's blue, and in all of his medieval depictions, he's wearing blue, not green. Green only came in after the Irish Rebellion. That's it.
Yeah, I
And
didn't.
it's because of American Catholics that wore green in for the rebellion.
Yeah, didn't you say that during our St. Patrick's Day quiz that you would get people marching in blue, sort of gathering together and going on parades and this kind of thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
early, yes, they did. They did
Mm,
wear blue, not green. It was really just because of the rebellion
yeah.
that they started wearing green because that's the color the soldiers wearing, and that's just how it is. And unfortunately, America took over the holiday, and in Ireland, it was a very solemn holiday. Don't forget, it's in the middle of Lent,
Mm, mm.
right? And really, until the 1970s, there
It
was
really
no.
doesn't. It really hasn't lent itself to exuberance,
I
has
hate
it?
I hate that I hurt myself in putting that other pun in the beginning, and you were just like, "No, it sucks." And now you dare try to out etymology me. That's
I
not
know.
even this. No.
I know. I know. I know. Sometimes I wonder whether or not you would just if we were in the same room, you would just slap me and walk out at times like this.
No, there's no point in that, really. There's no
Okay.
point in that because that only encourages people.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
The way that you deal with criminal offenders is you go like this
Yeah. Mm, yeah. And then
because you want the whole point is the reaction. The whole point is to watch people writhe and go, "Oh, fuck you, man, fuck you." Whereas if you just don't say anything,
yeah.
they
Then
they realize that they don't get that reaction. They just stop doing it.
yeah, we squirm and then
Yep.
suddenly realize the emptiness of our lives, looking for that cheap dopamine hit of a bad pun. Yeah. Yeah. It's true. Okay, well, folks, thank you so much for
Now Mark's
watching.
gonna go off and have a drink.
I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm going to go off and lie in a dark room. But thank you so much for watching. Please do comment below if there's anything that you'd like to add to this conversation, anything that you think that you'd like us to take a look at in the next episode. And I suppose between now and then, I want to try and do probably the bingo sheet and
Yes,
and also the we need to figure out a way to do the shared
soundboard.
soundboard. Yeah, because I
Yeah.
want both of us to be able to annoy the other. With
I do that with or without a soundboard.
That's just true. No, but no, you don't. No. You're not annoying. You're delightful. Right. Okay. Until next time, guys. Bye bye. I'm not going to fall for the trap. No.